Good morning. Welcome back to B&J's Little Farm. How is everybody doing? Says I got one here in the chat. Waiting for a couple more people to pop in. Let's see who shows up. Let me know in the chat you're here. Say hello. Good morning. Sorry, I'm letting other people know that I am live. So hopefully we'll get some more people in here. Cats are playing around. This is their playtime. They get up super early and they romp and jump and play. The roosters are crowing. It rained last night and they're up early crowing. They're ready to start their day. I'm not ready to start my day. I just want to sit around and be lazy today, but I can't do that. I got things to do. But I figured I'd come on here and go live, do a couple updates, see how everybody's doing. Says we got 2 people in the chat now. Please hit that thumbs up and share me out so other people know I am live. So, yesterday was my aunt's memorial service, and actually I did pretty good. I held it together until there were some readings of memories from all the grandkids and nieces. So it was alright until I lost it. Alright, we got 3 watching and 2 thumbs up. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Don't know who's watching. Nobody's talking in chat this morning. We got 3 thumbs up now. So, yeah, it was pretty good. The service lasted, I think, about an hour with the pastor, talking about life and death and prayers and scriptures and stuff like that. So it went really smooth. It went good. There was a lot of family that showed up that I haven't seen in ages. And then, of course, there was people that I don't even know who showed up. But it was a nice turnout. A lot of people showed up. I think she would have been really happy with the way everything turned out. Her longtime friends were there. And like I said, lots of family I haven't seen in years and years and years. So it was kind of nice. And then, like I said, it was about an hour-long service. And then after that, we all went out to Tumbleweed, and everybody got to eat and socialize and just hang out and relax. So it turned out nice. And then after the service, since we were already in town and on that side of town, Barrett and I decided that we would stop at the new construction site that I was telling you guys about, where we dumpster dive, or where we're going to begin dumpster diving. So we went there to scoop it out, and they do have, I think it was 2, maybe 3 houses that they have started on. So that was nice. All the dumpsters were full. It was a bit chilly, but we were able to get some things, so I was super happy about that. there was one man on the construction site that was working. He was super friendly. Of course, you guys know, I told you in the past, we always have permission before we go. But the guy that was working on the house, he was super nice. He knew what we were up to. He knew what we were doing. And he took time out of work and he started loading us up. Now this was like at 5:30ish. So I don't know, he was probably getting in some overtime or something, but he helped us load up some boards, and we got quite a few OBS boards, OSB boards. I don't remember how you say it now. But basically plywood boards, and they were pretty good sized sheets. So I'm hoping today we'll be able to tackle the front porch and get a roof back on the front porch, or at least the spots that were rotted. So super excited about that. I'm getting hot. So we got those home and everything. And before we got home, so the guy helped us load it up, and he went back and doing his own thing and everything. And I walked around the back of the truck to get back into the truck onto the passenger side to leave. Y'all, was not paying attention. I walked right into one of those OBS boards and I knocked myself out. I hit it pretty hard. I don't remember, I remember walking into it, but I don't remember falling down to the ground. I fell down to the ground, and the next thing I remember is Barrett saying, "Are you okay? Get up, get off the ground." It was kind of wet out. It had been sprinkling a little bit all day. So I knocked myself out. I have a huge goose egg on my head. Ugh. Hopefully I'm okay. I don't think I have a concussion. I don't have blurry vision or a headache or anything. The only thing I really had was obviously a goose egg immediately, and I was a little bit nauseated. I was real sick to my stomach, so other than that, I think I'll be okay. I slept and I woke up another day, so that's a good sign, right? We got 4 in the chat now watching. Hello, whoever you are. Thanks for coming in. I got some beautiful flowers. My cousin gifted me these flowers from the funeral. So, bring a little beauty into my life here. But yeah, I'm super stoked. Hopefully, it won't rain today, and we can get the roof started. Hey, Trust in God, good to see you. Morning, I'm working like usual. So hopefully we'll get that done, and we plan on going back to the construction site today. I don't know, it depends on what happens, Plans on a homestead are always changing. There's always unexpected things that pop up or happen, so we'll see. But since it's Sunday, hopefully it'll be a quiet, chill day, and we'll get to go back to the construction site and get with some more stuff. Now the dumpsters, they were like completely full. It's been a while since we went over there and checked them, so it was really hard. They had tons of stuff in there, like 2x4s and everything. But like I said, it was wet out. It was really, really cold. And we were dressed for a funeral. We weren't like really prepared to be dumpster diving. So we got what we could off the top of the dumpsters, but underneath, like I said, they were just piled for it. We couldn't get to like a lot of the OBS boards or 2x4s, which was sad, but we'll go again today and see what we can find. Barrett's still asleep. It's 6:30 here, and the cats are behind me jumping around playing. Oh, we got 5 in the chat now. Woo-hoo. But yeah, yesterday put a lot of things after the funeral into perspective for me. That's weird. It's never going to be the same. I know it's hard for people to lose loved ones and everything like that, and my aunt and I had a weird relationship. I think we all have weird relationships, but it was like almost like a love-hate relationship. Like when we got along really, really well. But when we butted heads, we really butted heads. And like I said, I did really good through the funeral. I was able to keep it together until like the reading of the grandkids' memories, my memories, and stuff like that. That once it became personal like that, it really hit hard. And I don't know for you guys if it's the same way or not, but for me, I've always been like the younger one, and I've just always have connected to people that are older than me, whether that's family or friends or loved ones. I've always hung out with the ones that are just older than me. I don't know if that's because I had to grow up at such a young age. I was way more mature, or I don't know if it's the history and because I love history and knowledge and always wanted to recapture that. I don't know. But came to the realization all my family and friends are older and they're all starting to pass away, and it really sucks because I feel like I don't have that local connection anymore, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. Do you guys have a person, like your certain person that you confide in or go to or just bounce off information? I don't know if anybody else does that. I'm sure you do. But she was like, I don't know how to explain it. She was like my person, you know, aside from my marriage. Like, Bear's my person, obviously. I love him. He's my husband. But my aunt was like my go-to person outside of my marriage. If something was to happen, or, you know, I needed to bounce information medically off of her. She was a nurse for all these years, so I was able to bounce medical information off of her. And ideas and stuff. And she in her younger days loved to can and garden and stuff like that. So we had a lot in common that we could talk about. Hey, Lyle, good morning. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I'm just jabbering on. So I don't know. At the restaurant, there was probably 8 tables of people, like massive tables of people that came to Tumbleweed after the funeral. And I just remember catching myself sitting there looking at everybody, looking at like my cousins and stuff, and basically all the youngsters and everything. And it's like, all right, who's my person going to be now? And I don't think that will happen. I don't think I'll ever have that person again, because nobody can replace her, right? It's just weird. It's a weird feeling. Hugs to you too, Wild. And like, don't get me wrong, I have really close ladies here on YouTube and some guys on here that I'm pretty close with that I consider family. You know, I could pick up the phone and talk to, or jump on a live stream and talk to at any time, and they would 110% be there for me. But it's not quite the same, you know. I can't just jump in my car and go sit and have coffee and chit chat with them either. So I guess it's just going to have to take time to get used to. But the whole point of this, of me rambling, is, as an example, me getting knocked out last night by this OBS board that I ran into. She would be the first person that I picked up the phone to. Y'all know I have like super extreme anxiety, so I would be on the phone with her telling her what happened, and she would talk me down and calm me down. But it's weird. But I don't know. I like looking at the family and the cousins and everything last night at the tables. I was thinking, you know, obviously never going to be the same, but at the same time, it's like, I don't think our family's never been like super close, or I don't know how to explain it. We've never like had cookouts or dinners or socializations like that. So I don't feel like this tragedy has brought us any closer, if that makes any sense, which is sad. I used to talk to my aunt instead of my mom. Her beliefs are way different now. I can't talk to her anymore. That's so sad. I never see her, but she's still here. I am very sad for you. Oh, thank you, Wild. Yeah, it's hard. Like I said, we like butted heads and stuff like that. We had our disagreements. We didn't get along on a lot of things, but she was still my person. She was my people, you know. So, I don't know. Times are just changed so much, and you guys know that. Like, the people here that follow me and listen to the same stuff, times have just changed. The family unit is not like the family unit anymore. Like I said, when I knock myself out, that would be the first thing I'd do. Is like call my aunt and be like, I knocked myself out. Oh my God, do I have a concussion? Am I going to have brain bleeding? Because that's just the way my anxiety works. I know that's stupid, and I can't help it. It's just my brain, you know. It's just the way I'm wired. Um, and of course, I have Barrett there telling me I'm okay, you're fine, and da 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 da. She was just my person to be like, I don't know, my confidence, or some of my confidence, I don't know, my reassurance, I should say. And so I won't say who, but there was a family member. Um, I text instead of, calling my aunt, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what happened, and da 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 da. I never received a call back or a text back, so it kind of broke my heart a little bit. But it is what it is. Last time I seen my aunt, she was walking out on me when I was having a nervous breakdown, and oh my goodness, Wild, that's horrible. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's not good. And that's what I feel like. A lot of families not like that. There's no connection anymore. There's no, I don't know what you call it, but I guess connection. No remorse, no caring anymore. It's so hard. I was having a little bit of anxiety because there were so many family members I hadn't seen in years and years. I'm talking like 12 to 15 years. So I was having a lot of anxiety about that. And actually, it went pretty good. I seen one of my grandmothers for the first time in 13, 14 years. And we've never been close. We've never had a connection or anything like that. And I tried. I tried really, really hard when I was young. My mom died when I was 14. So when I was younger, I was always trying to have that grandmother or granddaughter relationship, and it was just never there. She never reciprocated that relationship. She never seemed to care, wanted to have that relationship, and that's where my aunt came in, her sister. She filled those shoes. So basically, my aunt came in and was like a mother figure and a grandmother figure. So she filled those shoes, and that relationship with my grandma just never grew. It was never there. She seemed to be more into the boys, like my brother and her sons and stuff like that. She gravitated to the boys more than she did the girls. And so I've never had that relationship with her. And then she showed up, and like I said, I haven't talked to her in forever. And she's older. She is the oldest sister of 7, and my aunt was 76, getting ready to turn 77 this year. And my grandmother, I believe, is 78, getting ready to turn 79 this year. And she has Alzheimer's. So she doesn't have it horribly bad yet, but she does have Alzheimer's and she has the signs of it. Ah, the cat's on the keyboard. Don't be doing that, kitty. And so I think knowing that she wasn't in, this sounds horrible, but there's a lot of trauma in that childhood. But knowing that she had Alzheimer's and she wasn't completely with it calmed my anxiety quite a bit. Oh, that's horrible, wild. That's my mom. She would not admit it, but it's all about the boys who can help her. Yeah. And that's the thing, like, when my mom passed away, I was 14, and my brother was 15, and we went to move with my aunt. Are you checking my flowers out, kitten? We went to move in with my aunt, and at the time, it was my aunt and my uncle, the uncle that passed away last year. It was those two, their household, and my grandma actually lived in the house at the same time. So me and my grandmother shared a bedroom, and my brother had his own bedroom. So it wasn't like we weren't around each other and we weren't in the same household. And we lived like that for 3 years until I moved out. So yeah, it wasn't like we weren't in the same house. We weren't doing, dinners together and grocery shopping and things like that. It's just weird. So I guess this is my new norm. I gotta figure out how to do my new norm. And it's kind of freaky. It's kind of scary because, like I said, everybody around me is way older. My dad's getting older. My stepmom's getting older. Barrett's getting older. My childhood best friend's mom, who you always hear me talk about, Vicky, she's getting older. And I just see it, and it's really hard to watch them all get older. Sucks. I guess I'm going to have to go out to the community and make some friends, make some connections. I don't know. And that's the thing, too, that makes it hard. It's hard. It's hard to make friends. I don't know how you guys are in your relationships and stuff like that. But for me, I don't have time. Like, I got a homestead to run and I got things to do. And I ain't I don't know, housewife girl in the city that goes out for coffee and hangs out with my girlfriends twice or 3 times a week to have lunch or whatever. Do people really do that in real life? Like, I don't know. And then on top of it, I just am attracted to older people. Like, that's who I hang out with. So, I don't know. Wow, it says laugh out loud. I'm the baby here too, Jess. Ugh, sucks. And then I was thinking, I didn't tell Barrett this or anything, but I'm thinking, sitting there watching all my family and stuff, I'm like, well, maybe, once we get the house done and we get the yard all cleaned up and everything's organized, we can start having cookouts and we can have all the people, all of the family come here for cookouts and stuff. And I'm like, what am I thinking? I can't do this. That's not me. I don't know. Barrett and I are so used to our quiet country lifestyle, If I had the whole family out here, he'd be like, what in the world? I don't have friends off of YouTube. Me too, Jess. Always have older people around. Yes. So, what's your game plan, Wild? What are you going to do? I'm pretty sure you are younger than me. I'm 41. I turned 41 this year. It's kind of depressing. Just because I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry. Nobody take offense to that. But it's just depressing knowing that you're getting older. You know? Me and my brother are 11 months apart. He just turned 42, and I'm like, oh my God. Trust as a baby. I don't feel like a baby, though. I don't feel that young. I guess that's what I get for hanging out with all the older people, huh? Wow, says a couple years and not much younger. So yeah, I've been kind of bummed out since last night, and me knocking myself out probably didn't help either. I don't know. We'll see. We got home kind of late. We didn't get home until like 5:40 last night. So normally I have the bottle calves that I feed at, well, the bottle calf, I only have one. But she usually gets her bottle at 4:30, so she was like super mad at me last night. She was out there bellowing away. So I come in and hurried up, made her bottle, and got that out to her. I am 45. I think it's too early for math. That's funny. I keep trying to like forget how old I am and not remember my birthday, but every year it comes around, Barrett's like reminds me. I'm like, ugh, I don't want to know anymore. I want to quit counting. Trust says, be right back, coffee calling. Ugh. There's something else I was going to say. I don't even know. This goose egg on my head's pretty good. Caught me right in the corner. Have you ever been knocked out so hard, like, it hurts, but you're not crying, but it brings instant tears? And it automatically, tears just run out. That's how it was last night. That's how hard I hit. Ugh. But thankfully, when I go on long car rides, well, whenever I go into the car, it doesn't matter. I take an ice pack with me. I always, you guys, I constantly have an ice pack near me or on me because my back flares up and it helps with the inflammation. So thankfully, I had my ice pack with me in the vehicle in the truck. So as soon as I got in the truck, I put the ice pack on. So I think it helped with the swelling, but still, it's a pretty good sized one. Yeah, it hurt. Thankfully, it didn't break any skin, or at least I don't think so. It wasn't like bleeding or anything. It just swelled up real bad. Barrett's asking me, are you dizzy? Are you seeing double vision? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. It just, I don't know. Every time I get hit in the head, do you remember a while back I got that incubator fell off the freezer and hit me in the head? Oh, that hurt too. But usually when I get hit in the head and something like that, it burns. It burns really, really bad, and I can just feel the growing of the swelling. And that's what it was last night too. It was just like a burning sensation. But I couldn't find a cut or anything or any blood, so I don't know. It's weird. And then today's Sunday, so it'll be a slow day. So I'll probably just get everything organized, take out the trash, vacuum, you know, the fun stuff. And then, so I'll probably do that. I'll go feed the bottle calf and get everything cleaned up in here and organized. And then whenever Barrett wakes up, we'll go start working on that porch, which I'm super excited about. I can't wait until that The porch is pretty solid, you guys. The porch is an awesome porch. I like the porch. And once we get the roof on, we'll be able to put the rocking chairs or whatever out there and be able to just sit and chill and watch people drive by. Wild says, yes, goose eggs, they hurt. What's your news, Wild? I want to know your news. Cheer me up. What's the good news? Almost forgot about it, but it will cheer you up too. Well, for me, but I will still make you smile. We got 8 watching. I hope you're all hitting the thumbs up. I can't see thumbs up, but if you haven't hit that thumbs up, please do so. The good thing about while I'm waiting for Wild's news, the good thing about this new construction site, it's all, instead of, I don't know, they keep switching back and forth. The houses that we looked at last night, they are all handmade. They're from scratch. And the old construction site, they started that way. They built it from hand, scratch, from wood. And then they switched over to those prefabricated houses, like the pre-built houses. So it's really awesome they're starting from scratch again, because that means a lot more lumber for us. So I don't know if they'll continue doing it that way or not, but the prefabricated houses, they suck because they don't have much leftover materials, not as much as them building it from scratch. I own my house with my abusive ex I haven't seen in over 10 years. Oh, wow. But the point of it is, if they have as much OSB boards as they did last night, then we'll be able to get the subfloor done in the kitchen, which is super exciting. That's what I've been waiting on, the roof for the porch and the subfloor for the kitchen. Because if we have a floor in the kitchen, then I can start moving things in, like a sink and stove and whatever, Because 6 years have gone by since we broke up, and he didn't ask for the house to be divided up. He has no entitlement to it now. None. That's awesome. That is really, really good news, Wild. I'm excited for you. So, does that mean you're going to go back to your house, or you're going to stay on the farm, or what does the future hold for you now that you know that? I know Wild's house has a lot of issues that need to be fixed as well. I've been searching high and low for, even though I can't afford it, wood burner stoves, like the cook stoves. I really, really want a cook stove. And I finally found one that was pretty reasonable. I'm so bummed that I don't have the money. If I had the money, we would be picking it up right now. It's so hard to find them, at least in my area. And I'm so excited. It definitely needs some cleaning up and stuff like that, but heck, it would be amazing to have a cook stove. It would allow me to bake and do other things than just cooking on a hot plate. Right now I've got an electrical 2 hot plate thing, like a camping hot plate thing. And that's what we were cooking on, but it works. It does its job. But we haven't been able to bake anything or anything like that. He didn't help with anything since he's left. Yeah, I don't have to pay that abuser off. It feels freeing. Oh, I bet. Ooh, that's a good idea. I want to try to fix it and rent it out, but my disability check would be gone, so I will really look into it before taking the next step. Yeah, that's a good idea, though. At least that would bring you another income in. And right now, the way everything is, I'm sure you could find, like, a single guy, a handyman, or something like that that would be willing to fix it up for rent, for a discounted price of rent too wild. So you could check into that as well. There's still some people out there that like to put their own work into stuff, and I have a feeling not going to get rid of the house. I wouldn't. That's what, like, with the fire and stuff, like, everybody's like, you should sell it, like, sell the land and just buy a new place. And a couple family members are like, yeah, just leave that place and go get an apartment and go live in the city and live in an apartment. I'm like, that makes no sense to me. Why would I do that? I have land. We have land. We have freedom to do what we want when we want. I don't really have a lot of bills because we own the place. Of course I have property taxes and stuff like that, but if I moved into an apartment in the city, then I would have rent and electric and water and sewage and internet and God knows what else. Like, why? That would just put me further into debt than what I am now. Why would I do that? And plus, not to mention the lifestyle I live, I would go cuckoo crazy living in the city, living in an apartment. What would I do all day long? Like, I couldn't do it. There's no way. I cannot picture myself living that type of lifestyle. I would need investors to help, lots of water damage or mortgage, so need to crunch the numbers. Yeah. Well, like I said too, look into, like, I don't know how you would even find those people, but handyman, single guys, they're always out there looking for places. It'd have to be someone you could trust, though, I suppose. But yeah, owning a house costs a lot of money too, but I think it's way cheaper than renting. One family member suggested that because Barrett's older, you guys, I can't ever picture Barrett doing this, but because he's older, he's basically, he's considered a senior citizen. Don't let him hear me say that. He would be so upset. He says he's not a senior citizen. But they suggested that we get like a senior citizen apartment, low income apartment, or whatever, subsidized apartments. And I'm like, yeah, I don't ever see that happening either. I want to talk to the members of parliament too, because being disabled, I can work and make money, but I can't make money renting. That should be changed to put people in homes, not dollar for dollar. I agree. Hey, Wild, when the house fire happened, like, I don't know, probably, I don't know, probably 2 weeks ago now, a week ago or something, I wrote a letter to Trump. I don't know if he'll ever get it, but I wrote it. Wouldn't that be crazy? Having Trump's show up to the door or something. It'll never happen. But that would be crazy. Wild said it's worth a shot. Why not? So yeah, I woke up at like 4:30 and I couldn't get back to sleep or anything, so I figured I'd just get on this live and vent a little bit, let you guys know what I'm going through and what's processing in my brain. I still haven't planned my garden out yet, which is insane. Normally I would already have that planned out and set up and have my seeds organized and ready to go. I just haven't felt it yet. It's not in me to do that yet. But I need to get doing it soon, like super soon. I'm trying to get motivated to do that. I'm not. And I don't know. I think we're definitely going to have a garden this year. We always have a garden. But I think a lot of the focus is just going to be into the house and the cows this year. This spring, this summer, the fall. And trying to get it winterized so that we're in a better situation next winter than we are this winter. There's eco-friendly grants and interest-free loans up here, so I will try for all of those too. That's a good idea too. And if any of you missed it, I did go live Friday night. I did the Friday night mixer, and it went okay. It was a lot different than me having my original setup. And with my original setup, I was pretty spoiled. I was able to navigate through screens a lot easier, and it's just a different setup. But it worked. It worked out well, and everybody enjoyed themselves, so I was happy about that. And it seems like it has been forever since I talked to everybody and we hung out like that. So it was really comforting. It was so nice. Wild said I seen it, but I fell asleep. That's okay. Look in your area if you haven't already. There's program grants and loans. Every bit counts. I have Wild. Like, I'm exhausted from calling and talking and looking up grants and loans and stuff like that. We can't afford a loan on Barrett's income. It's not feasible. But we have looked into grants and things like that at government agencies or local agencies, and everybody just gives me the same answer. There's no help. There's no funds. If there are funds, the waiting list is 2 to 3 years. They can put me on a waiting list, which I have. I've gotten put on 2 or 3 different waiting lists, but it's going to be 3 years before they can even do anything. "6:30, I was snoring. That's too early, but I wasn't sleeping well." What day? I think it was Friday. Friday, I had a really bad, before the live, I had a really, really bad headache, migraine. And I was praying and praying, thinking, God, please let me get rid of this migraine before the live. Like, I cannot do the live with this migraine. I ended up laying down at noon, and I didn't wake up until like 4:30, 5 o'clock. And thank goodness that migraine was gone, but I slept for so long. And then after the live, I actually ended up staying up until like 2 a.m. because I slept so long. Lyle said that's good. At least you tried. Yeah. Lists are still good to be on. Yeah. And hopefully it doesn't take us 3 years to freaking get everything done. That's a long time. I mentioned too, I don't know if you heard this or not, Wild, but on Friday's Live we mentioned Barrett is going to bring over the generator over to this house, and he's going to set it up, and he's going to see if he can get the water line to this house switched over to this house. So we have the spring, and we usually pump it up with a pump. I don't even know, a sump pump. I don't think it's a sump pump. I don't know. Some type of pump. We always pump it up to the house. So he's going to get the water line in to the spring and try to get water pumped up here. So at least we'll have running water. It definitely won't be hot water, but at least there'll be water running up here, and I can heat it up, and we can do dishes and sponge baths or whatever we need to do. Maybe that's our journey, to show how to do this without money or too much, without money or not too much of it. Yeah. Thank you so much, Trust. He says he's back and shared you out. Mega shout out to Trust. Appreciate it. And that's the thing, like, I've had a lot of people ask me to film and record the journey that we're going on and show updates and stuff. They'll probably like the roof, the porch and stuff like that, little stuff we'll probably film and update everybody on. But like the major projects that we're doing, I don't feel comfortable doing that, you guys. We're just little homesteaders and basically putting things together. And it scares me, to be honest. I don't need any negativity right now. I have enough going on, and I don't need people telling me I'm doing this wrong or that wrong. I mean, corrective criticism is good, and I don't have a problem with that, but you guys know how YouTube works. You know how people are. You're right, sub pump, submergible, laugh out loud, underwater pump. I think the one my mom gave me disappeared with my weed whacker. Ugh. Well, this one isn't a submergible pump. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember. But the pump is actually in the house. Like, the pump over at the trailer was in our utility room. The pump over here is in his mom's bathroom, in the bathroom here. I don't know what it's called. But it's not a pump that actually goes into the water. Lyle says, no, we don't need to show it all off. Just show it can be done. We tough girls, and we gonna find a way. That's true. We have lots of YouTube friends who can watch and help share us out. Yeah. And that's the thing, like, I'm in the same category, so, but I don't understand why it's so hard to get people to share you out. Like, I think that's one of the biggest struggles on YouTube, is having people share you out. People don't like to share channels out, and I don't know why. And I struggle with doing that too. And I don't know why, because it's not that hard to do. You just share. But yeah, if we could all just like work together as a community, sharing each other out, getting the word out, getting our channels out. Me and Brian, you guys know Brian, we were talking about this the other day. And he said the same thing. If everybody would just share everybody out, it would help so much. Trust says, yep, I've been battling to get the last 135 subs needed for months. See? Anybody in the chat that doesn't have trust, go over there, connect with them, make them your family. Wild too. Wild needs help too. But I think this year that's going to be a focus of mine. I'm going to try to start sharing people out more. It's just so hard when you have, that's totally an excuse, but for me, it's hard because I'm always either working on the animals or doing something, you know, and now with this house, I can't just sit around. I had a pretty luxury. I might have lived in a trailer and it might not have been the best, but to me that was luxury. Like, I could sit in the trailer and get on YouTube and hang out and do whatever. Like, I didn't have massive amounts of work on my shoulders to get done like I do now. So now it makes it even harder, and I took that for granted. I should have been on YouTube working and sharing people out when I was in the trailer, and I didn't, and I'm kicking myself in the butt for that. And now I don't have that opportunity because I'm going to be focusing on fixing this place so much. I can't just sit in front of a YouTube screen and wait for everybody to go live and to share them and communicate and sit in the chat and stuff, which sucks. I know, Wild is like the queen of sharing people out. December, I shared everyone on my tab, but not on Facebook. I don't like Facebook, and YouTube linked up too much. I keep my name quiet because of abusive exes. Yeah. And it makes me weird. It makes me feel, I don't know. Like, I love YouTube, don't get me wrong, and I love my friends here and my community here. I love it. But I don't really like sharing on Facebook because I guess it's more personal, like local and family and stuff see me, and I don't know. I don't really care. I don't want my community to watch my YouTube. Does that sound horrible? I don't know. It kind of freaks me out. Trust says, don't worry, when I make it big, I promise not to go to WWE and forget everyone. I'm not like PewDiePie. That's funny, Trust. I don't know who that is, but that's still funny. All my friends talk about you, but it's hard to find you. Yeah, it's so hard to find Trust. Well, it says, I think when we are in here together, Trust, it's not very long, so I haven't remembered to drop by yet. Trust says, no, I completely understand, Jess. Well, it says, I'm sharing small channels still and channels that need help or a friend. Don't want the locals to know when I'm not home, right, Trust? I'm working on that with YouTube. They jacked me when they changed my name. Yeah. And it's kind of weird anyways, you know, having all these eyeballs looking at you on YouTube. That's kind of weird. But, like, most of you I'm comfortable with. I consider my family, my YouTube family. Like, I'm comfortable with most of you. But every once in a while, I get a straggler come in, and it's weird. And then you get the people that lurk, Trust. No, I'm just joking. But no, seriously, you get people that are lurking, and you don't know who's watching you. That's kind of freaky, too. I'm like, I don't know. We did have a troll come in. I consider him a troll. But we had a troll come in Friday night, and he was just being so disrespectful. And thank God, you know, I have the community I have and the people that love me here on YouTube, and they basically took care of that for me. Thankfully, I don't get too many trolls, knock on wood, but he was just being a jerk, a jealous jerk. Kellen, good morning and welcome in. But I'll show everybody respect and love, and you know me. You've been following me forever, but you start disrespecting me or my husband or my friends, then you got to go. Trust says if I lurk, I stay out of trouble. I'm a troll, trust in God invited me. Do you ever sleep? Laugh out loud. But yeah, they were being like really disrespectful towards me and disrespectful towards my husband. Oh, my screen just shut off. There we go. Cookies for trolls and lurkers. They were just being nasty about Barrett being older than me and stuff like that. It was just plain jealousy. That's what it was. But I don't have a problem with Barrett's age. If you do, then bye. See ya. Cat's got her little toy. Can you hear her playing? And watch water. What do you do for work, Callan? Says I'm getting ready to head to work and watch water. Trust says, what? Barrett isn't 22? Oh my god. Yeah, they were like calling him names and stuff, Trust. It wasn't cool. It was not cool. That's why I said they were like super jealous. But I guess that's what you get when you marry an older man or a younger woman. You get these haters out there. Yeah, Trust. Caveman is older than me too. I prefer older guys. Younger ones are never mature. Laugh out loud, right? Well, not only that, like in my generation, Wild's probably is true as well. I don't know. She's in Canada though, so but like the guys my age, yeah, they're totally not mature, or even younger ones. They're not mature and they don't know what they want in life, and most of them have issues. I mean, we all have issues. I have my anxiety and stuff, but they've got some like major anxiety issues. They want to sit in front of the computer games or the whatever, the Xboxes, the PlayStation. That's all they want to do. And if they don't want to do that, then they're drinking or partying, or I don't know. They were never taught respect for women, or they have no morals or anything. Like, it's horrible. I pity and pray for the women that are out there single, and for the men. I pray for the men too, because it goes both ways. These younger generations and trying to date, like the horror stories I hear and stuff. I'm so
Good
thankful.
morning.
I'm not out there.
Today is Sunday, January 28th.
Shut up, Alexis.
The time is 7:20 a.m. Currently, it's 45 degrees and feels like 41, with rain starting in 15 minutes. You can expect wet weather until this afternoon. Today's high was 45 degrees at 4 a.m. and felt like 42. The low will be 35.
Alright, I think she's done. Ugh. County Resource Management Services, more simply known as the landfill. Kellen says I'm still not mature. Wild says, yep, exactly. I'd rather my sons be like that than my husband's. No, Kellen, that's not what I'm saying. These young kids, they don't know how to work. I shouldn't say young kids. See, I hang out with older people too much. Kids, people my age, people my age have no work ethic at all. So don't quit working, Kellen. 32 degrees here at Burr. I know not wild, sorry, trust. We were, was it last week? We were in 7, 6, and 8 degree weather, and this week it's been in the 40s and 50s. I'm like, oh my goodness. It's a blessing for sure because we were freezing. This is totally a blessing that we're in the 40s and 50s, and I just pray, it's only January and I'm in Ohio, but I pray that it doesn't start dipping back down for a while, at least until we get some stuff winterized some more. Wow. All in the week with 68 hours, and that's good. I know when I was working before I had, this is probably why I have such bad back issues. I know it is. I was pulling in 92 to 94 hours a week. That's how much I was working. I was working 3 jobs though, and I literally never slept. This is way before YouTube ever came into my life, but I was constantly on the go. Basically, the only time I came home was to shower, to take like a 20-minute nap, and eat, and then I was back on the road again. But I was working as I worked like my home job basically was in a nursing home that I'd been at for 20 some years. So I'd work in the nursing home, and then I would also work as a home health aide. So I was traveling to people's houses. And in between the home health aide job, I was actually an agency nurse's aide as well. So basically, an agency nurse aide is somebody that is on call. And if somebody calls off at a nursing home and they need a replacement, they would call me and I would go in. So I was constantly just ran ragged. But I loved it. I love that lifestyle. I mean, I felt tired and stuff like that, of course, but those paychecks were good, and I love taking care of people, and I love the switch up. I love going from the nursing home to people's homes and back again. It was a lot. Just a freezing mark here. Trust says expecting snow starting around second week of February. When I was in the oil field, I averaged 130 a week. That's a lot. That's insane. Like 92 to 94 hours a week was a lot. I can't imagine doing 130. That's crazy. Wow, it says, yeah, that hurts your body, definitely. When I could work, it was 7 days a week, very rarely a day off. I'm hoping I can get back to work. My body is healing some. I can't push it, but it's healing. Well, that's the thing, too. Like, I still have a lot of friends in the healthcare field and stuff, like my nurses and, aides and stuff like that. And 3 weeks ago, like right after the fire and stuff, one of the nurses I worked with for years, she had contacted me, and she said she has got this awesome job in an assisted living place, and that it's a true assisted living place. Like most places around here, I'm sure it's true all over the country, but most assisted living places, they're not supposed to have like heavy lifting like Hoyers or sit to stand lifts or anything like that, but they push the limits, and they always have at least 1 or 2 Hoyer lifts or 1 or 2 sit to stand or someone you got a bed change, and that's just the way it is. And she had called me up and she's like, no, this is true assisted living. You literally don't have to rule anybody or lift anybody or anything like that. And she was like, I'm calling to offer you a job and da 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 da. And she's telling me about the benefits and the pay. And it's like a 45-minute drive. And I'm like, all excited. And I'm like, I want to do it. I can do it. And like, Barrett's like, are you sure you can do it? I'm like, I don't know. I was like, but wouldn't it be cool? I'd love to go back to work. And then, oh my gosh, you guys, getting all excited and pumped up, that bit me in the butt. Because that night I had a back flare up and my back hurt so bad. I was in bed for 2 days after that. And I cried. I was like, I can't go back to work. There's no way. Like, if I went back to work and had a back flare up like this would be horrible. So that popped my pipe dream real quick. Trust us. What is work? I forgot. Lyle says my emotions and social anxiety issues are still a big deal, but I'm trying to heal from that too. Diet and working on ego and nutrition for menopause. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. Yeah, Callan, it's true. Most assisted living facilities are a joke. Go roll in mud. Hey, Dragon. Good morning. Good to see you. Laugh out loud, Kellen. When you were out partying, I was deep in the mud. Hey, Marshmallow Man. Good to see you. I was trying to quit grain a week ago, and I could not. Yeah, I was watching Dr. Berg and was having symptoms to eat. I'm not getting enough fat to replace grain yet. Can you do nuts, Wild? Can't you just switch up the grains for nut flours and stuff? Or are you allergic to nuts or have issues with them? This kitten's going nuts this morning. Aww. Wild may trust family. I know, right, Callan? I was the same way. I can't even remember ever having a job. Maybe when I was 14 when I worked in the tree fields. I had one job. Other than that, I always had 2 to 3 jobs my whole entire life. The tree trimming job I had, that was no joke, though. That was like working in a freaking oven fired up at 700 degrees. I remember the first the first day on that job, I was so hot and dehydrated, I passed out on the job. It was horrible in there. But my body eventually adapted and I got hydrated enough and I ended up being able to do it. He didn't say to eat grain, just to eat carbs, I think. Really, Lyle? I don't know. Dr. Bird, um, he doesn't promote eating grain, and I think most of the carbs he promotes are just natural carbs. I'm pretty sure. Trust says eat bacon, right? Fasting and going without grain. You know, that's the thing I was telling everybody here. Anybody new that's popping in, I've been searching for a cook stove, so we'll have at least something to bake on. And I finally found one. Obviously, I can't afford it, but I found one. I was so excited. And that's the thing, Wild. Like, oh, talking about grains and stuff, I miss my zucchini bread. If I could get me a cook stove, I could make my zucchini bread, and I've been dying. I'm missing all my baked stuff, like the zucchini bread or biscuits and gravy or whatever keto stuff I bake. And I'm like, ugh. I was thinking the other day, I wonder if I could like rig up something to put. We have like a wood furnace in here. It's not a wood burning stove, it's a wood furnace. So it doesn't get like super hot on the outside or anything. But I was thinking about rigging up some type of like grate inside or like an oven rack or some sort, trying to make like a blueberry, I can't think of what it's called right now, blueberry crumble or cake or breakfast thing. And I was trying yesterday and I couldn't find anything that would fit in there. I'm like, this sucks. I just want to bake something. Ooh, I'm getting 13 pounds of farm fresh bacon Tuesday. Yum. I can't afford nuts right now, but I can eat them. Okay. I need to eat more meat, but I get what I get. I understand. Good morning, Chris. Good to see you. Have to keep the grocery bill tight right now. Completely understand, Wild. You pass out from dehydration, and other people working at the tree trimming business just looked shocked. Their heads and shook their heads and said, "Rookies." They sure did too. They were laughing at me. But most of the people that were working there I'd known. They were my friends and stuff. But yeah, they were definitely laughing, calling me a rookie. I got sent home that day. They didn't think I was going to come back the next day, but I did. And that's the thing too, like that's changed a lot too. I've noticed, like nowadays, 14, I guess 14-year-olds can't really work, but 15-year-olds and stuff, they're basically grocery store baggers, and that's the jobs that they get. Back when I was 14, I was working hard labor, tree trimming jobs, and working in horse barns or something. And it ain't like that now. It's not like that at all. I get nuts at the parks free. You just have to pick them up. I might not be the best. It might not be the best nuts, but pecans are better than no nuts. Oh, I love pecans. Yeah, I don't know. Wow says trying to quit grains, it's hard to quit cold turkey. I can't remember ever struggling with the grains. It was always the sweets. Like I was able to quit the grains like really easy, quick. But as soon as I quit the grains, then I started, and I was never a sweet person. I never like craved sweets. But since I cut the grains out, for some reason the urgency and everything for sweets was like there all the time. So then I started making like all kinds of fat bombs and cheesecakes and stuff like that. And then once I was able to curb that craving, maybe that's what it was, because most grains, they turn into sugar as soon as they hit your stomach. So that's probably why I was having like sugar cravings. I don't know. But once I got all that under control, I was okay. But I never really craved or had a problem quitting the grains. It was just the intense craving for sweets. Gas heating is crazy right now. Oh yeah, and here in this house, Barrett's mom Alberta has a furnace here, and it runs off of propane. But there hasn't been a propane tank on this property for like 12 years, maybe even 13 years. And so I was calling around trying to figure things out and everything. And like a propane tank now, just to have it placed on the property, is like over $1,000. And I'm like, that's insane. No. I was like, we will continue to heat with wood. Like, there's no way we could afford that. That's insane. Dragon. Get my nuts free. Dragon finds lots of nuts. Barbecue pit. Yeah, I agree, Trust, but it's been raining here for like a week. So that doesn't really help during that time. Electric heat on the house in town, crazy expensive. No baggers here, it's just the cashiers. There's not too many places that offer bagging jobs anymore. The only one that I know of that offers bagging jobs are Kroger. That's the only one left here that I know of. I eat sweet fruit and that solves the sweet for me. Okay. Whatever happened to the baggers at grocery malls? I don't know. They got rid of them. When I stop grain, I have nothing to fill the belly. There's only a few jobs now that people under 16 can get. The governmental safety, yep, has gotten out of control. When I was a kid, we didn't have to wear seat belts, wear helmets, could drink out of the garden hose, play lawn darts, could ride your bike in the streets. And that's the funny thing too. Like we were so, we had no regulations or anything when we were kids. We were always kicked out of the house until dark and couldn't get back in. I don't know how many times I've been shot in the butt with a BB gun from my brother, or shot in the butt by a makeshift bow and arrow. There's chopsticks. My brother was sadistic, chasing me around with cans of my mom's hairspray, lighting them on fire and stuff. We had a very exciting childhood, or at least I did. And we all survived. We lived. Now, kids can't do anything. I mean, we used to horseback ride all the time. And you look back on it now, if people talked about what we did now, they'd think we were nuts. But we used to have a game. It was kind of a game. It was more of like a score-keeping thing, a score-keeping board. And like anybody that ever got bucked or reared or kicked off a horse or fell off a horse, you'd get a letter. So whoever got the most letters was more advanced. And every time something happened to you while you were riding, you would go up a letter. So A, B, C, D, And my friend had a pony, Jojo. Jojo was a jerk. He thought that he was a jumping horse. He was just this tiny little pony. And we have these big, huge vines in Ohio that like hang down from the trees. And he would think that he could jump those. And instead of jumping them, he would try to jump them and he would clothesline us and knock us off. And you don't hear stories like that anymore. Like, very few and rare. My recent gas bill was over $350. That is insane. That's ridiculous. $350? I'm still cutting back on them and getting rid of grain, but yeah, I would need nuts, more meat, and veggies to eat more of that, yeah. Ooh, awesome, Marshmallow Man. I'll be getting a cast iron barbecue come summer. I've been seeing people doing videos of McDonald's now charging like $26 for a Big Mac meal in California. after they pass that $20 an hour minimum wage. That's ridiculous. Well, last night, so we went to, after the funeral, my cousin, which is my aunt's daughter, her and her husband invited everybody to, not Texas, to Tumbleweed. So we all went to Tumbleweed afterwards. They flipped the bill. They paid for everybody. I can't even imagine what that freaking bill was. Like, they're crazy. But anyways, I was very thankful. They paid for everybody. And Jaslyn went with us. So it was me, Barrett, and Jaslyn. And we were going over the menu. Well, it's really hard when you're keto to eat at a restaurant because it's just really hard. It's hard to find the things. So basically, when I go to a restaurant, I always have a steak or a salad because it's easy and you can't really mess that up, right? So anyways, I'm looking, and the freaking cheapest steak there was like $23, you guys. And it was like, they said it was a 10 ounce. It didn't look like no 10 ounce. It was super thin, but it was $23 just for the steak. I'm like, that's insane. Like, it's getting out of hand. And I'm sorry, if you don't believe that there's a depression coming, there's something wrong with you. You got your eyes like super glued shut or something, because these prices are just insane. And this is why I cook at home and I don't go out to eat. One, because of the prices, and two, because it's hard as heck to eat anything that's keto out there. And for me, Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's, places like that, I haven't ate from them in, I don't know, 12 years. Something like that. There's no way. I would starve. I would fast before I would eat something out of their establishments. You can't afford to shop for food. You eat up stored grain to keep going. $26, he said. That's just so crazy. I can't comprehend that. That's insane. It's too damn early or late, Jess. I can't type. It's okay, Dragon. Wild, do they have food pantries where you are? Do they have anything like that? $600 and add another one a month later, $400. Wow. Morning, babe.
Morning. What are you doing so early?
I'm always up early. What do you mean? What time did we go to bed last night?
About 10 o'clock.
Well, we went to bed pretty early then. I really don't want them to come back to fill it again. I wouldn't either. Photos Against Anxiety. Hello and welcome. I love your channel name. I can't afford food. Good thing I raise animals. We have a beef going into the freezer soon. That's awesome. I'm checking into a new BioLite fire pits. They look pretty decent. I have a homemade smoker dragon. I ordered teriyaki chicken and chicken fried rice. It came up to $37. You guys, so I was being super lazy the other day. I ain't gonna lie. I did not want to cook anymore. Cooking has become like super hard to do. It's a chore. Washing dishes is super hard. Like, I'll straight up tell you, I was spoiled. This living off grid type lifestyle is no joke, and I do not like it. But anyways, we ordered a large pizza, and I ordered a salad the other day. It came out to $32. I'm like, and Barrett picked it up. It wasn't even delivered. $32. I said, this is some bull crap. I said, that's the last time we ever order out. I was so mad. I just laugh all the time when people say I have no money to do anything. Then I ask them, do you cook at home or eat or almost all of your meals? Do you have channel subscriptions you don't watch? And that's the thing, Dragon. Like, I get really upset and irritated with that too, which I shouldn't. I shouldn't let it bother me. But all my life, people are like, yeah, we don't have money to do anything. We're broke and da 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 da. I'm like, y'all must not know the definition of broke, because when I'm broke, broke. That means there's no money. There's no money in my purse. There's no money in the bank. Like, we are broke. Like, there's no savings. There's no nothing. And then, like, example, last night at the funeral, somebody had said to me, oh, we don't have that much money. The only money we have is to pay on our bills. We just make enough to pay our bills and that's it. Well, I know that's not true because, one, you go on vacation separately from your wife, like, and several times a year. So how are you affording to go on vacation and doing this separately with family members and da-da-da? You go on hunting trips and it's just weird. Like, that's not broke to me. So I get what you're saying, Dragon.
Why people just don't want to put their money out there.
Dragon says, good morning, Barrett.
Morning, Dragon. 7 o'clock.
Why are you awake?
You being loud?
Wild says, I need to get a ride to one when it's open. They said that they would take us, but nope. I'm sorry to hear that, Wild. That's the thing that saves me and Barrett. Like, we're very fortunate when it comes to food pantries. We have a weekly food pantry, and then we also have a monthly food pantry. And I like them because...
And plus we got a garden.
Yeah, and plus we have the garden. But stuff that we can't grow, we can get from the food pantry. And at the food pantries that we go to, I don't know how anybody else's works, but you can pick and choose what you want. You don't have to get everything that's offered to you, which makes sense. Why would you get stuff that you don't eat? A lot of our food pantries here have dried cranberries, dried raisins, cherries, all the dried stuff. And then they also have tons of, like, walnuts and almonds, potatoes and stuff like that. So when I prep or stock up, those are the things I'm stocking up, things that I can't normally grow myself.
Do you have my phones?
They're on the table there.
You put them on the charger?
No. Photos Against Anxiety says, thank you. You're welcome. I've been over a year without the food bank at a time everyone in Canada is using them. Hey, Moody, good morning. Good to see you. And Marshmallow Man, Barrett sounds grumpy.
No, I just got up. I'm not awake yet.
He always sounds like this in the morning, Marshmallow Man. Wow, says going down on my grain. I think I'm under 120 pounds now. Laugh out loud. I was eating fatty pork. Right, Tress? That's what I'm saying. I haven't had one of those since I was like 5.
What?
Vacation.
Mm-hmm. We're all on vacation every day. What are you talking about, people?
Wow, it says I've cut back on everything. Dragon been cutting everything. Internet is next, but that's my cell. I can't cut. I need to find a way. Photos Against Anxiety says, you know, Where you're sitting, the lighting and flowers would make an amazing photo. Seriously. Aw, thank you. Any off-grid people I see say it's a chore in the beginning, but as they get further along, it gets much easier. What do you think of that statement?
What?
He said, Marshmallow Man says, any off-grid people I see say it's a chore in the beginning, but as they get further along, it gets much easier.
Of course.
I don't think so. Nope.
Yeah, it does.
Nope.
You think it's a chore?
It's horrible. I hate hauling water. I hate going to the spring and filling up the buckets and carrying them.
Why?
Because it hurts.
You're just carrying a gallon of water. Carry 5-gallon
Because I'm
buckets.
spoiled.
Carry 5-gallon buckets. When I was a kid, I had to do that for months.
I
Because
know.
Dad was too cheap to fix the damn pump.
I'm not built like that. Trust says, good morning,
I
Barrett.
wasn't built like that either and everything, but I got used to it.
Trust
And in
says,
the long
hi,
run and
Barrett.
everything, there's a lesson learned. It shows you how to survive and everything. Got to come down to it.
Hey, Parabrook Studio. Good to see you. Look at all them cute emojis. Wild says, yeah, well, yes, it would make a great photo. They put their money towards things for status instead of functionality. They buy a $1,500 iPhone 15 when they could spend $30 on a cheap cell phone.
Yeah. Jessica.
Whatever, I didn't pay no $1,500 for my cell phone.
1,100.
Yeah, but that was back when I was working. And I was working a lot.
You didn't pay for that.
Oh, I guess I didn't. That was right after I quit working.
I paid for that.
Or whatever. Those were back in the early days. I was still learning.
Mm-hmm. You gotta go to Victoria's Secret, get your
When
undies and stuff.
was the last time I went to Victoria's Secret?
You can't. They closed down. But
No.
if you could, you would.
No, I would not. That was ages ago.
Now you go to those damn.
Go back to sleep.
Now you go to those
Get back
damn
in the bedroom
Dungeon
where
and
you-
Dragon undie things.
Get back in the bedroom where you belong. Ugh. I'm just joking.
Gotta give somebody something to talk about.
Yeah, they don't need to be talking about my undies. The heck? Wild says you get in a rhythm and you can do it. I'm not off grid, but I've done that a bit too. Cheap phone on a plan. Yeah, now, I mean, I've had this cell phone, what, 8 years now?
Yeah.
I've had the same cell phone for 8 years, and it's not hooked up to a service or anything. It's just a phone card. And the phone cards are getting outrageous too. I used to pay $35 for unlimited. Now it's like $45.
Well, it's ridiculous. They come out with these new iPhones, new iMacs. We gotta update our iMacs. Can't update it any further and everything because it's outdated.
Yeah.
So we lost Netflix on it. So if you want Netflix, you gotta go buy yourself a new iMac. It's ridiculous.
Dragon says, I'm handing Barrett a cup of coffee and Vicks throat lozenge.
Really, I need one. I need a cup of coffee.
I try to get in the rhythm of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Too much trouble, Trust says. Super Dave, hello and welcome. Trust add some jalapenos to them for encouragement. Gross. Jalapeno and peanut butter and jelly. Dragon says the photo would be like an old-time Victorian type of photo.
Dragon, get your butt out here. You can help me fix that roof on the front porch.
Welcome to vacation land.
That'd be a vacation for Dragon.
Wild says laugh out loud buckets. Yes, ouch, but you gotta do it. I know. it would look like that. I like the wall background. It just adds a great effect. Thank you.
Yeah,
So,
1920s.
Photo Against Anxiety is new here. Everybody, I hope you have welcomed her in and said hello. Are you a her or him? Sorry, I don't know. But being new here, our trailer caught fire on January 8th. It's unlivable. So now we are in Barrett's mother's 1900 farmhouse. It hasn't been lived in
80 years.
no, it's not 80 years, like 12 or 13 years, something like that.
As long as mom's been
She died in 2017.
So we kept her over there for 7 years.
8 years.
8 years.
So it's been a while.
So do your math.
So anyways, we're trying to fix up the old farmhouse and winterize it and stuff like that. So there's your little recap of what we're going through.
It's
So,
not that bad.
It's not that bad, unless it's cold out and it's freezing. But
No, I'm talking about wall-wise. Just
Yeah.
strip the old wallpaper off. Put
so
drywall
the wall
up or something.
behind me, well, all the walls in the farmhouse are the plaster type walls. So that's what you see behind me. Trust says buckets are okay until you fill them. Get a Red Ryder wagon and have Jess pull it. Mm-mm. I had to water all the critters in the barn all summer. Now I get a break. The guys are doing it now. It was like 10 buckets. I'm happy to have a rest. I bet. That's a lot. It's a lot of weight to be carrying around.
Well, I just got to get a bunch of long extension cords. Take the sump pump down to the spring.
Uh-huh.
We got the black hose
Yeah.
to water the animals with and everything. You just plug it in and suck the water up like we filled a swimming pool.
What's that pump called? What kind of pump is that?
The sump pump.
It is a sump pump?
Yeah.
I thought the sump pump was immersed in water.
It is.
Okay, what's the pump that's in the bathroom?
That's just a jet pump.
A jet pump. That's what it's called. We were talking about that earlier today, and I couldn't remember what that pump was called.
Well, I can hook that up too. With the generator.
Trust says, I thought Barrett was talking about his undies.
No, I don't wear undies.
Wild says, I won't complain about one bucket now. I refused to get a smartphone until like 4 years ago. This one works great and 4 years old. Okay, Photos Against Anxiety. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want to be incorrect. She says, I'm a her.
What are you talking about?
Photos Against Anxiety.
No.
She says, I'm a her. Oh, Photos Against Anxiety is a good friend of mine, says Wild. Awesome. Ooh, that's pretty cool, Marshmallow Man. He says, I live in a church from 1880.
Really?
Thank you for dropping the link, Wild. Yeah, Wild's been a friend of mine for a long time now. A few years. Dragon says you can use a ramp pump to do that. Pushes water uphill using pressure. Woohoo! Trust made. Photos Against Anxiety family. It's 8 o'clock. Can you believe that?
What time did you get up? What time did you
Four.
go live?
4:30. I went live at 6.
I think what woke me up in there, it was dark in there.
Did you get scared?
Yeah.
I shut the door so you couldn't hear me as much. I was trying to be
Trying to
respectful.
get that ghost attack, man.
There ain't no ghost in there. You're too much sometimes. Barrett thinks that this house is haunted, and it's not.
Babe, you see that window right there?
Yep.
You have to have a ladder to get up to that window, and there's a handprint on that window on the outside. Perfect handprint.
Where? I've never seen the handprint.
I'll show it to you.
I've looked.
Then you'll believe me there's a ghost in this house.
Oh, my Lanta.
No, there's no ghost. I'm just jiving you.
I know. Wild's posting little emojis of ghost. I need to look for that. I need to write that down, Dragon. He says, hole digger video from Barrett for 2-year anniversary. That's funny. Barrett, that was Dr. Oddity's handprint.
Oh no! That's worse than a ghost.
Okay, I'm making breakfast. SOS. That's funny. So what's your plan today, Barrett?
Waking up.
That's your plan every morning. What's your plan
I don't
after?
know. I
waking
gotta
up?
get some wood split. Because we're out.
Are we going to work on the porch?
Yeah. Gotta get that roof fixed. At least get the boards up there. There's some shingles in the bathroom out down there.
Do we have any of that roofing paper left?
I should have. I think there's some back there.
Sweet.
We gotta get that roof fixed so that porch don't rot out.
Did you hear that, Wild? She says, meow, plans. Because Midnight meowed when I asked that. We got to get what out?
Gotta get that roof on so the porch don't rot out.
Yeah. I agree.
Get it dried up.
I'm super excited to get the porch done.
Yeah, but good. Well, the only thing I'm thinking of right now is just shove all that stuff off the roof up there and replace those boards.
Do we have boards to replace?
We just got those
No,
boards.
not the OBS boards. I'm talking about the boards that run along the house.
No.
So what are we going to do about that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I guess put the OBS board up there for right now. Or I could strip a couple slabs. I was thinking about that. A couple slabs off the bottom
Yeah.
of the house all the way around. Those are long enough boards to put up there. We need 3 of them.
Yeah.
That'll match that space.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, but what we're going to do about when we strip the bottom boards off,
I don't know.
put OBS boards up,
We
they
could.
keep the air out,
We could.
and you have to paint
Yeah.
later on.
I'm going to have to paint everything anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, Patrick. Good to see you. Long time. Hope all is well.
We've got to go back to that construction site to get more boards.
Kellen says, hashtag blame trust in God. Yeah, so hopefully we'll go. Like I said, I gotta clean this place up a little bit this morning, and do chores, and then we're gonna probably work on this porch this morning as well, or this afternoon once Barrett wakes up,
You got to get that hole filled up so we can get the insulation
and then
in.
we'll make a run to the construction site and try to get some more.
That's not going to be until this evening.
Really,
Yeah.
we'll run to the construction site and get more 2x4s and OBS boards or whatever we can find.
He said he'll have more there.
Yeah. He said come back today.
Yeah.
So.
Gotta get some water up here for the animals.
Yeah, we gotta haul water again today. Everybody blame. Oh, Kellen. Trust says, Kellen, everybody blames me for everything.
I'll get some more drywall up on that wall, too.
Yeah, well, the drywall can wait. For now. I gotta scrape the ceiling.
No, you don't.
The brown dang wallpaper's
Just
dripping.
put drywall up.
Yeah.
The reason it's got spots like that's because that paper's been on there so long it's hard to get off. Even if you wet it down and everything's still hard to get off. Blow dry it, still hard to get off.
Yeah. Wow, it says it's a wrecking bar and hammer day right on. Oh, that's right. Alexa said it was going to rain today.
Opinion: enclosed porch with windows or open porch?
Barrett wants to know what you think. Open porch or enclosed porch?
Enclosed with windows.
I think my personal opinion is open porch.
Well, then you got all that air and stuff going through. Enclosed porch, you can have a window picture with the little windows.
I don't want to feel enclosed.
What?
Because I want to
Keep
open.
the bugs out.
I don't care about bugs.
Keep the cats in. A little ceiling fan out there.
You getting all high tech?
Yeah. This is our vacation time.
Alexa knows nothing. I agree. Alexa's a pain in the butt.
Alexa's stupid.
Oh, you kicking Alexa to the curb now?
She makes me mad.
She's your girlfriend, your love of your life.
She makes me mad. She gives me migraines.
Kellen says screened-in porch. Alexa works for Santa.
Santa Claus is toy maker and distribution
I didn't even
manager.
say you.
He is
See,
employed
she's
by
stupid.
Coca-Cola Company, self-employed.
Alexa, shush.
You up since how long?
Huh?
When did you get up?
4?
You didn't make me call it?
No, I didn't. I didn't do anything. I sat here and thought and thought and thought, and then I went live. Dragon says, Barrett, are you keeping an eye open for IBC totes that people are getting rid of?
What's IBC code to it?
I don't know. Trust in God says, I got her, roll on the floor, laughing my ass off.
Alexa, what's IBC totes? Oh,
The
now-
term IBC totes refers to intermediate bulk containers, which are industrial-grade
those
containers designed for the efficient
We used to
handling,
think about those,
transportation,
Yeah.
and storage of a
Alexa,
variety of
shush. Yeah, the water totes, they are going for a lot of money around here, Dragon. Everybody wants like $100 a piece for them, if not more.
Then you gotta watch what they put in. They
Yeah, some people put stuff in them that probably shouldn't be in there.
trying to sell them so they're clean and everything. They're contaminated.
Super Dave says enclosed porches, less snow shoveling and strain on the deck boards. Trust, it didn't take too long, did it? They said her name a few times before she opened her trap. Kellen says, I see those toads go through work all the time. Super Dave, well, you asked. You want coffee?
Yeah.
Here,
What?
talk to the people.
Hi, people. I don't even see them now.
Your glasses are right there. Put your glasses on. Quit being a grouch.
I'm not being a
You're a
grouchy.
grizzly bear.
Yeesh.
You remember the other night when I was live on Friday Night Live and you kept talking like super, super low?
Yeah.
You don't talk like that in the mornings. You
I
said,
don't.
no, you don't. You scream.
I'm
You
sorry.
scream in the
Excuse me.
morning.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be that loud.
Oh, my
Is
Lanta.
that better? Can you hear me, people? Oh, don't put that on me. Babe, I'm in my pajamas.
You're fine.
Babe, get back here.
I gotta make your coffee.
I'm gonna make your coffee, alright?
Oh, I just hit my head again.
You know I'm camera shy. I'm a troll, trusting God invited it into the stream. Do you roll? Then roll your way out. Oh, sorry. Nope, don't eat cornflakes. No wonder she can't see. She got the lamps off. Alright, she got the hot plate running because the light's just dimmed. Alright, catch me up to the conversation, people. I just got up. That's what's she talking about? What's everybody talking about here? Good morning. Let's see. Hi, hi, hi. I agree, Dragon. Let's see, go backwards here. Hey, ramp pump. Get all that down. Alright, 275 plastic water tank. Yes, we can use those. What we having, Trust? What are you fixing us? Hi, Moonlight. Yeah, I just got up. Eating my coffee. Actually, I went for 5 days without drinking coffee, and I drank 2 cups yesterday. How come you didn't turn this other light on, Jess?
What?
Why didn't you turn the other light on? Sausage and biscuits. Sounds good. I'll take a double bacon cheeseburger. Marshmallow Man says nothing like biscuits and gravy. Yes, that sounds good too. Actually, what I've been hungry for is liver and onions.
Yeah.
Don't you? Hey, you're down the fixing coffee. You be quiet down there. This is our conversation now. Liver and onions won't hurt your butt once in a while. Ooh, that thing went really dim. You got that on high?
I just turned on the coffee pot.
You got the
Hot plate on too.
both of them?
Yep.
Burners?
Yeah. No, just one burner and a hot plate.
Well, that one's really low.
I don't know why. Sorry. It'll be a minute.
Oh, things you do in the dark. Jess, quit it. Stop.
You're a dork. Where's your coffee cup?
Down there by the door. Don't just leave me. The ghosts will get me.
You'll be okay.
Super Day says that's a waste of onions. No, it's not. Liver is good. Onions give it the flavor. Jess, where's my other glasses? These are the old ones. These are the ones that got the scratches on them.
Pouring down rain.
It's raining? It's been raining all night. You agree with Super Dave, huh? What's wrong with liver, guys? Gals? Once you taste my liver and onions, you'll fall in love with it. What did you say, Jess?
Disgusting.
Where you at, Elle? Where it's pouring down, you said. Well, you're not really that far from us.
Where is he?
VA. Is it a warm rain, cold rain? Jess, pop your head out and see if it's warm or cold.
It's cold.
It's cold. He said 6 hours drive to Cambridge from his house.
That's not bad.
No, that's not bad at all. Cambridge is like an hour and a half drive from here. Four hours to Youngstown. Tress says lights out in Ohio. No, she turns that hot plate on and the lights go dim. It's kind of scary. Told you it was a haunted house. Told you guys it was a haunted house. All this flickering lights and darkness and creaking and cracking and
It's weird. It's brewing your coffee, but it's not hot.
huh?
It's brewing your coffee, but it's not hot.
Is it warm?
No.
It's plate on?
Yeah, babe.
Just give me some coffee.
How's it brewing without it being hot?
I don't know. Yeah, we have lights. It's still dark. Fuzzy butt. You got more burrs on you? Cat, where you go at to get all those burrs? Get down off me. Not gonna put those burrs on me. She's got a big glob of burrs on her tail. Can Can you yank it off?
No, I can't yank it off.
It's right there.
Well, maybe I can. That's gross.
Marshmallow Man said the ghosts are in the wires.
Here.
Thank you.
Yep.
Dude, that's cold.
I told you it doesn't brew hot. It's just coming out. It's brewing, but
Alright, you
it's brewing cold. It's weird.
alright, you can turn the TV back your way.
Okay.
It's still flickering.
Because I have a hot plate on. I gotta make the bottle for the cat.
Where's my other glasses? These are the old ones.
I don't know. They were on top of your phones.
I thought I put them in your pocketbook.
Nope.
Where's your pocketbook?
It's not in my pocketbook. It's on your phone, right there.
Uh-huh.
Callan says it's your trust fault. The lights are out. Ooh, that sounds good. We're gonna have cabbage tonight.
Sausage and cabbage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust don't like cabbage.
It is cold.
Told you. How's it brew with it being cold like that? I thought it had to be hot to brew.
It does.
It's weird.
Did you leave the pot on?
No, I turned it off. I'll turn it back on when I'm done making the
No,
bottle.
shut it off. We'll turn it on later. I don't trust this flickering.
Ugh. You guys are making me hungry. It says biscuits and gravy ready. Trust says cabbage is the devil's salad.
We gotta get that wood pile moved too.
That bump on my head,
Yeah.
I can feel the pulse. I can feel the blood rushing through and pumping.
Well, you seem pretty good.
Yeah, I'm okay. I can just feel the pulse in it. Weird. What?
Huh?
What did you say?
I said you look pretty
No,
good.
before that. Something, the wood pile, what?
We gotta move that wood pile.
Well, we can't move it today. It's muddy.
I know.
We're going to have to work in here today. Somehow. What do you want to work on?
I'm working on the porch.
We can't. It's raining.
So,
None of us is slipping off the porch.
you're not gonna put on the roof?
Not when it's wet.
Why not?
Because it's wet.
You
There's
got rubber boots, don't you?
No.
I'll catch you.
No. You can't even do the Patrick Swayze move and you want to catch me off a roof? And there's moss and all kinds of stuff up there.
Yeah, well, that shit's gonna have to be shoveled off.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're not getting up there wet. It's wet. I bet cabbage grows freely there. I wouldn't say freely, but it grows pretty good.
We eat a lot of cabbage.
We do eat lots of cabbage. And my homemade
Coleslaw?
coleslaw, it's the bomb.
Yeah. You need to send it out to...
Send it out. Oh, Barrett doesn't like big pieces of raw cabbage. He likes it real thin.
Not that thin, but you got some thick cabbage.
Because it's good.
Yeah, that's good. Fuzzy butt. Come on. Come on. Get up here. There you go.
That's gross, Kellen. Kellen works in a landfill, and he says, trust in God, I get better from work. Largest all-you-can-eat buffet in the area. And he says, think of where I work as you read my last comment. You'll lose your appetite.
What you doing, Blackie?
You want to stay on the live while I go feed the bottle calf?
I gotta get dressed.
Alright, you guys. Well, I've been on here for, I don't even know how long. 2 hours. Holy cow. I've been on here 2 hours, so I gotta get off here and start my day. I gotta go make the calf her bottle. She's probably out there belly aching. I'm late.
Well, you're gonna be breaking her with that bottle pretty soon.
Yeah.
She's eating the hay pretty good.
So we're going to go ahead and get our day started. I want to thank you so much for coming in and supporting me and Barrett here on B&J's Little Farm. I hope to see you again. Don't forget, Monday night, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be doing the Monday night reset. So I hope you can all make it there. And don't forget,
And
you're
she'll
not
find
alone.
that video for you.
Yeah, I got to find the video today, too. Don't forget, you're not alone. You are loved. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. And until next time, bye.
Bye, guys, girls, guys, men, boys.